Alright, you guys, Halloween Horror Month continues. And as you can tell, I'm done with the Child's Play reviews, the Chucky reviews. So now we're going to talk about a different film. Very different film. But I would still consider it a part of Halloween Horror Month. Why? Because the movie we're talking about is The Crow from 1994, the one with Brandon Lee, the original Crow. And now, I know that there was like 3 sequels to this and a television series that they tried to do. I'm not going to be talking about them. One is I simply don't have the time to talk about them for Halloween Horror Month, and another reason is just I really don't want to talk about them. Oh, those would be good rants. So maybe someday I'll rant on the other ones. But yeah, we're talking about the 1994 The Crow movie. Now, first off, let me just say that I'm going to be super biased in this review. Why? Because this is my favorite movie of all time. That's right. I absolutely love this movie, and if any of you out there who may have been new to the channel, which I've seen I've gotten some new subscribers lately, so thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thanks for checking the channel out. Thanks for digging my videos. I try hard with what I got. So, yeah, if anybody wants to know what my favorite movie is, it's The Crow. So I'm going to be super biased. Let's talk about this damn movie. Alright, so The Crow is basically we meet Eric Draven and Shelley Webster, and on Devil's Night, which is October 30th, the night before Halloween, which I was going to review it then, but, you know, I have to finish some other reviews up before the end of the month's over, so, you're getting this one a little bit early, but yeah, we meet them, and on Devil's Night they are killed, and Shelley was beaten and raped and killed, and Eric Draven was just killed, and about a year later, he comes back from the dead to seek his revenge on the people involved in him and his fiance's death. Now, like I said, what I think of this movie is I absolutely love it. It is my favorite movie of all time. I'm going to be super biased, but let's talk about the cast. You cannot talk about The Crow with the first thing popping in your head comes Brandon Lee. And Brandon Lee, he was a guy that, you know, I wasn't really too familiar with at the time. I mean, hell, I was only 2 years old when this movie came out. Yeah, but I saw this movie at a very young age. It instantly became a movie that I absolutely loved, and, you know, it was one I watched on repeat all the time, and it has become my favorite movie of all time. And Brandon Lee just, you know, it was sad for him to pass away. Like I said, I was only 2 years old when it happened, but yeah, I wish I could have met the guy. From what I understand, he was a really, really nice guy, and if you watch like the behind the scenes stuff, you can tell that he was really, really into this character, and he gave this character of Eric Draven everything he had. And it definitely shows in the movie because his performance in this movie is fucking brilliant. It is a great performance, and I guess, you know, since it was his last one, he went off with a bang. And I don't mean that as like a pun or anything like that, because that's just fucked up and that's wrong, and I really didn't want to go there with it. But yeah, just to let you guys know, no. I mean, this movie is grade A performance-wise. Let's talk about some of the other cast, though. I'll talk more about Brandon Lee as we get into this review. We have Ernie Hudson in this movie, yes, the fourth Ghostbuster. He's in this movie. He's playing Officer Albrecht, and what I think of Ernie Hudson is I like Ernie Hudson as an actor. I really do, and this movie doesn't change that at all because it is fucking great. It's fucking brilliant. He seems like a nice guy too, like a guy that I would want to talk to and meet and hang out with or whatever, get a picture taken, maybe get the Crow Blu-ray signed, maybe. It could happen one day. Rochelle Davis is playing Sarah, and Sarah was like, you can kind of say that she was kind of the adopted child of Eric and Shelley, in a way. You know, she was always hanging out with them, she loved them, they loved her, and, you know, their deaths was pretty hard on her, and a year later, you know, we can tell that she's kind of living in the streets. Her mom's a drug addict, and, you know, doing all this fucked up shit, and she's just kind of out there alone in the world now, especially because Eric and Shelley are gone. So, but I really do like Rochelle Davis a lot, and shout out to you. I have you on Facebook. I'll talk to you later, girl. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, she's really nice. She's really cool, and she gives a great performance, especially at the young age. I think she said she might have been anywhere from like 13 to 14? 13, 14, or 15. I can't remember the exact age. I'm sorry, Rochelle. I really am. I can't remember the age. But for that age, child actors in a movie. Something I'm not too big of a fan of for the most part. But she kills it. She really does. She's great in this movie, and she's got a couple great lines in here like, "You need to slow down, dickhead." I'm not gonna be. I'll try not to quote this movie as we go, but she has very very funny lines. Uh, she's like, and she's ordering a hot dog. She's like, "But no onions." Ernie Hudson goes, "No onions?" She's like, "They make you fart big time." I'm like, "Yeah, one reason why I don't eat onions." Thanks a lot. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. Who else can we talk about? Michael Wincott is playing Top Dollar, who is basically the leader of the group that killed Eric and Shelley, and he plays a good bad guy. Now, I understand that there's a rumor going around, or it's not going around anymore, but I guess at the time he was. I don't know how true this is, but originally he was supposed to play the character of Eric Draven, the Crow, and they ended up giving him Top Dollar and stuff. So, which I think was the right move. I really do believe it was because he plays a good Top Dollar. Would have been interesting to see him as Eric Draven? Maybe. I don't know. I really can't picture anyone playing Eric Draven except for Brandon Lee. And I'm one of those guys to be like, oh yeah, the character is bigger than the actor. So, you can really get anybody to play a character. And it could either be worse, or it could be better, or it could be the same. Brandon Lee is one of my only exceptions, along with maybe J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson. But, yeah, Brandon Lee, irreplaceable in this film. Yeah, he's just great. Like I said, I wish I could have met him. Michael Wincott, like I said, he plays a good bad guy. But let's talk about some of the other bad guys in this movie. Now, I'm not going to remember the actors' names because, they just weren't really, people that, I cared, didn't know their names about. They're not bad in the movie. They're really good. Like, for example, let's talk about Tintin. Let's talk about Tintin first. Yeah, Tintin is. We don't see much of Tintin, and I kind of wish he would have been in the movie a little bit more, but I get it. And that's another thing. This movie, it takes you right into it. It doesn't take 20 minutes to, get to what the story's about. No, it gets into it right away from the opening scene of the movie. The opening scene of the movie is the aftermath of their death, and then it jumps 1 year later. So it's a very, very good pacing on this movie. The tone of this movie, it's got that gothic kind of dark tone to it. It's dark, like it's nighttime the whole movie. It's raining most of the movie, and it really really fits. It brings like the tone of the movie itself and the city itself. It's like a character all on its own, and I admire what they did there. What the guy who directed this, Alex Proyas. I wasn't always sure how to pronounce his last name. That's why I had to look. But yeah, Alex Proyas really did a good job with the cinematography and the directing of this movie. He really did. Now I know the cinematographer's a different thing, but you get my drift. So, yeah. Oh yeah, I was talking about Tintin. Let's talk about Fun Boy. Fun Boy was okay. He's probably one of my least favorites of the bad guys, but I didn't have a problem with him. I mean, this is a damn near perfect film. Like, it really is. Like, I obviously say no film was perfect, but if I had to find one flaw in this movie, it would have been Fun Boy, but he's not bad. It's just more like a nitpick thing. So, yeah. Skank, let's talk about Skank. Skank is hilarious in this movie. Like, he is. He's awesome. I love Skank. Um, Tony Todd, yes, the Candyman. Tony Todd is in this movie, and you probably won't recognize him because, he's not bald, he has hair, and he's wearing glasses. So you may not recognize him, but Tony Todd is in this movie, and he's good. He's really good. Not in the movie too much. He kind of pops in and out here and there, but he's really good in the movie when he is there and stuff like that. The acting of this movie, everybody in this movie acted perfectly. Even Gideon, the pawn shop owner. He's not like he's in the movie more than you think he. Like the first time you see him, you think, oh, he's just gonna be in like this one scene and then he's gone. No, he pops up a few more times in the movie, and it's entertaining. It really is. Yeah, this is just. It's like I said, it's a damn near perfect film. The soundtrack of this movie, like we got the "It Can't Rain All the Time" song that played in the end credits. That's just a beautiful, powerful song, and it's a great phrase. It can't rain all the time, which is basically saying, life can't suck all the time, So, Yeah, then you got Stone Temple Pilots in here, in not in the movie, in the soundtrack. The soundtrack for the movie, it's got a really good soundtrack. So I really dig the soundtrack. I really dig the acting, the tone, everything about this movie, the directing. It's the Asian chick. Yeah, she's like Top Dollar's like half sister, but also his lackey. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of his right hand woman. And no pun intended there because that's just gross. But if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. She was weird, very creepy. And I get it, that's who the character was. But yeah, she kind of creeped me out a little bit. And even watching it today, it still creeps me out. But yeah, so I really don't know, what I would do if I was with her or anything like that. I'd probably be like, oh, okay, backing up now. You want to pop out people's eyes and shit? And say shit like this one's the pretty one, you know what I mean? Like that shit's weird, just stop that. But yeah, The Crow with Brandon Lee, like I said, there's really nothing else I can say about this movie other than I absolutely love it. And of course it is my favorite movie of all time, and of course it's getting a high A+. No surprise there. I'd give it an A++ if I could. You know what, I can. It's my channel. I can do whatever the fuck I want. A++ for The Crow. Yeah, I'll even put that in the description, in the description box where I list all my ratings, because I know there's people out there who really don't want to watch my videos and just want to see what I rate the movie. Yeah, I know there's people out there like that. I know, you don't gotta, I know. You can't fool me. So yeah, The Crow, A++, and like I said, I won't be talking about the sequels anytime soon. Maybe someday I don't know when. But not this month, not for Halloween Horror Month. They don't deserve to be a part of this. They shouldn't even have the Crow name, really. I mean, I really don't want to get into it. That's a whole different discussion for a different time. But yeah, The Crow, what do you guys think of it? 1994, Brandon Lee's version. Comment your thoughts on the movie down below. Like the video, share, and subscribe. Just do it!